We're going to start with Kapalapati, which is a pranayama technique that you should not do if you're pregnant or if you're on your period or if you just ate. And I know it's early in the morning, so many of us may have just eaten breakfast. So if you have recently eaten, or if any of those other things apply to you, practice Ujjayi here. Find a comfortable seat. And we'll start with 3 rounds of Ujjayi, and then we'll do Kapalapati. I'll walk you through it. But again, if you're not taking Kapalapati, you can just continue with the Ujjayi breath. So as you find your comfortable seat, sitting forwards on the sitting bones, reach the crown up towards the ceiling, let the shoulders drop. Imagine the collarbones expanding out towards the sides. You might close the eyes as you stack from the hips, the low ribs, the collarbones and shoulders, and the top of the head. See if you can get all of those planes stacked on top of each other. Start to slow down your breath. As always, take as much time as you need. Let your exhales be deep and complete. We'll begin with 3 rounds of Ujjayi breath. So you might make that little soft constriction in the back of the throat, almost like you're fogging up a mirror on both the inhale and the exhale. Try to fog up that mirror with the lips closed, using only the breath through the nose. That constriction helps you slow down the breath. You can't breathe as fast. It also introduces some sound, something you can focus on. We'll take 3 rounds of Kapalapati. For this practice, Kapalapati is a series of exhales that are short and sharp, but that don't collapse the chest. So the tendency is, as you exhale, that the shoulders will hunch forward and you'll sort of crunch into the shape. Here, you want to keep the chest open and expanded and focus on just moving the navel back and forth. You could do this slowly, or you can do this quickly. It's up to you. We'll take 10 rounds. If you've never done it before, you can watch what it looks like as I do this in my belly. You'll take a soft breath in through the nose. Soft breath out through the nose. And then take a shallow breath in and take 10 rounds of short exhalations from the navel. And slowly inhale through the nose and hold. Slowly exhale through the nose. You can repeat 2 more times. If you didn't like that, come back to the Ujjayi breath. I'll lead you through one more in case you liked it. Inhale through the nose. Exhale here, lengthening through the spine, shoulders drop. Shallow breath in. And then 10 short exhales from the navel. Slowly inhale after your 10th round. Hold the breath at the top. And exhale before you need to. Take a recovery breath. And you have the option here to do one more round or just ujjayi breath, slowly inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Once you finish your last round, come back to that slow belly breath. Let the navel relax, let the belly be soft. Relax the muscles of the face. Can you find Shavasana in the face? And when you're ready, start to blink open the eyes if they're closed, and we'll begin. Baddha Konasana to start. It's a little early for this, but open the knees to the side and bring the soles of the feet together. You can hold on to the shins or the knees or the ankles, wherever you can reach. You might flutter the knees up and down a few times. And take a cat-cow here. So hold on wherever you can reach. And as you inhale, arch through the spine, chest lifts. As you exhale, round through the back, chin to chest. Inhale, arch, tipping forwards onto the sit bones. And exhale, tipping backwards. One more time. And as you inhale, come back to center. Janushirasana. I know, I'm doing things a little weird today. You're going to extend the right leg and keep the left knee bent so that the bottom of the foot is on the inner seam of the right leg. You can bend that right knee as much as you need to find a long spine, and then inhale to lift the chest, and exhale to fold over the long leg. Every inhale, breathe into the back ribs. Every exhale, reach the collarbones towards the toes. On your next inhale, look forwards, halfway lift. And exhale, lift the shoulders back up over the hips. Bring the left hand outside the hip, plant the hand down, reach the right arm forwards, and inhale, lift the hips up, reach back, take a little back bend, and then exhale to lower the hips again. Inhale, square the shoulders over the long leg, and exhale, fold, Janushirasana. Moving with the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fully lift. Plant the left hand. Inhale, reach up, lift the hips up, lean back. Exhale, lower the hips, face the long leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fully lift. Plant the left hand. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down. Let's switch sides. Use the hand to help the left knee up and then send that leg long. Bend the right knee, open the right knee out towards the side. Janushirasana, second side. We'll hold for 3 or 4 breaths. You can always bend that left knee so you find a long spine. And then fold over the long leg. Inhaling into those low back ribs. And as you exhale, try to send the collarbones towards the big toes, thinking forwards with the chest rather than down. Take one more round here. As you inhale, gaze forward, halfway lift. And exhale, fully lift. Plant the right hand outside the right hip. Left arm forwards. Inhale, lift up. Lean back. And exhale, lower down. Face the long leg. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold over the long leg, Janu Sirsasana A. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fully lift. Plant the right hand. Inhale, reach up, lean back. And exhale, lower down. One more time. Frame the long leg. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fully lift. Plant the right hand. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower the hips. Use the right hand again to help the right knee in. Plant both feet this time. We're going to roll onto our backs. You can roll down slowly or quickly. If you like, you can roll into a little ball and take a few rocks. And when you come to your back, pull the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. You could hold behind the shins or behind the thighs. You could rock side to side. This is called Uttanasana, wind relieving pose. Pulling the knees into the chest, feel that compression of the thighs on the abdomen. Relax the navel. And then when you're ready, plant the feet on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. A few rounds of bridge pose. Tuck the shoulders underneath you, so much so that you could almost feel like the spine is coming off the floor and you're just on the shoulders. When you're ready, start to lift the hips, lift the low back, lift the mid back, and exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. This time, lift and hold. Press into the heels of the feet. Maybe tuck the shoulders under you a little bit more. You might clasp hands under the back or just hold the outside edges of the mat. Press the arms down. Relax the head, relax the neck, relax the jaw. Lift one more inch. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Pull the knees back into the chest. Reach the feet up towards the ceiling. The legs do not have to be straight here. Point and flex the feet a few times. You could hold the outside edges of the mat here to help the shoulders stay wide. Maybe take some circles with the ankles if that feels good, moving in both directions a few times. We're going to take some circles with the legs. These can be small circles or big circles. You're imagining you could draw circles on the ceiling with your toes. You might feel some compression in the low back. Don't let the low back peel really far away from the floor. Try to keep at least, no more than an inch away from the floor. Everybody's going to be a little different. Notice if you're gripping in the shoulders, can you pull the navel down towards the floor? Switch directions if you haven't already. Really imagine you could pull that navel all the way down towards the spine. Even if you don't feel a lot of engagement, moving in that direction, we're building up a sensitivity of where the navel is in space. Deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, pull the knees back into the chest. We'll take a supine twist. Lower the knees towards the right. Open the arms if that feels good into a T shape or a cactus shape. Doesn't matter if the knees touch, doesn't matter if the shoulders are down. Find a spot that feels like juicy enough for today. You could look towards the knees, you could look away from the knees. Imagine you could wring out the navel. The hips going one direction, the shoulders going another, wringing out a towel through the spine. Slow breath in as you press the top hip away from the face. And slow breath out as you relax into the twist. One more breath here. Use your inhale to come back to center. Reset the hips if they moved. And then lower the knees towards the left. Again, maybe you open the arms. Maybe it's a little different on this side. Looking in either direction. Breathe into the side ribs, those top ribs. Inhale to press the top hip away from the face. Exhale, releasing into the twist. One more breath. As you inhale, knees come back up. We're going to rock and roll a few more times. You don't have to do this. You can roll onto one side and press yourself up. We're all going to meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat, Uttanasana. So if you like, you could try and use your momentum from this rocking, assuming you're rocking, and make your way all the way up into a forward fold. But you can always take a few steps and get there. Generously bend the knees. Hold opposite elbows. Let the head and neck hang. Find some heaviness from the hips to the head. You might hold elbows here. If you do, switch your grip after a few breaths. Relax the hands towards the floor. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips, elbows up, press into the feet, and inhale, come all the way up to stand, Tadasana. We'll take a few rounds of sun salutations. Everything here is optional, and you can always change this. I'll lead you through some traditional ones, but you guys know variations. So if you want to take a baby cobra instead of an upward facing dog, you're more than welcome. You can always take child's pose at any point. Check out the feet. See if you can bring, just for today, the outside edges of the feet parallel to one another. We all have different shaped feet. See if you can bring those outside lines parallel, big toes together. And then imagine you could roll the outer hips back behind you. You're trying to get an external rotation, even though the legs from the knees down are doing more of an internal rotation. Don't let the big toe ball mound lift up as you try to roll the hips out. Plank down through all four corners of the feet, lift the kneecaps, and reach the arms down towards the floor as you lengthen through the spine. Now, whatever you're doing, try not to take it too seriously. Take a slow breath. Tadasana. And as you inhale, reach the arms up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the legs strong. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, step, step, back. Maybe you lower down, maybe you hold plank. Inhale, take a back bend. Maybe upward facing dog, maybe maybe cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. It's our first time going into either of those poses. So take a moment, you can bend and straighten the legs. You can always bring the knees down and take puppy dog or something close. Plant the palms down. Take one more breath here. Use your next inhale to step the feet forward. They don't have to come all the way up. Halfway lift, wherever your feet land. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Notice your feet, maybe you take a step forward, bring the outside edges of the feet parallel, spread the toes, roll the hips back, almost like the outer thighs you're trying to send behind you. Reach the arms down, reach the crown up. One breath in, Tadasana. One breath out in Tadasana. Inhale, arms lift, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do this 2 more times, including this round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, float the feet back to plank, maybe lower down. Inhale, take a back bend, strong legs. Exhale, downward facing dog or any inversion where the hips are above the head. That could be child's pose. That could be puppy dog pose. That could be this baby dolphin shape with the elbows and the knees down. Every day a little different. Feel free to add movement if that feels good. And be still if that feels good. Notice that inner dialogue. Take one more breath here. Slow breath. As you inhale, bring the feet forward, halfway lift. Doesn't matter how far they go up, keep the head low. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up, pressing down through the feet, lifting up through the arms. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Reset your Tadasana, check your feet, check your knees, check your hips. Lengthen through the back of the body. And as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Last round. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Vinyasa. Let the hands step back to Chaturanga. Inhale, take a back bend, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog or child's pose. We'll all meet in down dog in about 3 breaths. You're welcome to do this next series from your knees instead in a tabletop. So if being in down dog and putting the weight on your hands is not working for you today, you can always bring the knees down. Take one more breath here in downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. And exhale to step it between the hands. You can use your hand to help. Bring the back knee down. So you're in a low lunge, low Anjaneyasana, with the right ankle right below the right knee. Pull that left hip forwards, right hip back. Look forwards, press down into the floor with the feet. And then inhale, lift the shoulders up, lift the arms up, take a deep breath in, maybe look up. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Keep the left hand down, either on the floor or a block or something to make the arm longer. And then inhale, sweep the right arm back and up. Exhale to bring it back and down, taking a twist. Again here, reaching back, swing the arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower it back down. This time we'll lift and hold. Inhale, reach the right arm up, maybe look towards that right thumb. Lean the head back. Slow breath. Option to stay here. Maybe you bring the right hand to the hip, bend the back knee so that you're bringing the weight towards the top of the kneecap, on top of it, not on the front of it, but above it. And maybe you reach back with the right hand for the left foot. Maybe in the next lifetime, and you can just play with it in this one. Slow breath in. Exhale, slowly release the back foot, bring the right hand down to frame the foot. Downward facing dog. Maybe you take child's pose instead. I know that's a little weird on the knees. So if you have any knee issues, don't do that king variation where you bend the back knee. Release any expectations for the other side. Let your exhale be deep and complete, and either from down dog or tabletop. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Find that 90-degree bend in the left knee. Squeeze the thighs together, press the weight down into the floor through the feet, and inhale to lift the shoulders up, reach the arms. Maybe look between the hands, inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back down. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm sweeps back and up. And exhale, back and down. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, back and down. This time we'll hold. Lay that top shoulder back. Press that left heel down. We like to roll onto the outer edge of the foot here. Maybe lean the head back a little bit. You can stay here, or you might bring the left hand to the hip. Start to bend into the back knee, trying to bring the weight not directly on top of the kneecap, but above the kneecap. Maybe reach for the back foot. Again, we like to roll to the outer edge of the left foot here. That's okay. Keep the foot flexed. Try to bring the weight into the center of the heel. As always, you can stay as long as you like. When you're ready, release the back foot slowly. Hands frame the front foot. Downward facing dog. Take your time. You might move through a little vinyasa. You might take child's pose instead. We'll do something similar, but hopefully a little bit better on the knee. When you're ready, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it forwards. This time, keep the back knee lifted. Press down, look forwards. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Maybe thumbs to sternum, maybe arms lift all the way up. Anjaneyasana. Inhale here, wherever the arms are is fine. As you exhale, bend into the back knee, maybe hover it off the floor. Inhale, straighten it again. Exhale to lower the knee and inhale to straighten. Keep the right knee bent one more time. Exhale to bend the back knee. Inhale to straighten. This time, bring the thumbs to the sternum. Inhale to lift the sternum into the thumbs. And as you exhale, cross that left elbow towards the right knee for a prayer twist. You might bring the elbow to the knee. It might cross to the right side of the knee. Press the top hand into the bottom hand. Press the knee into the elbow. Prayer twist. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath here. Draw the navel in. See if you can twist 1 more millimeter. And then as you exhale, hands frame the front foot, downward facing dog or child's pose. Take a moment. Take a few breaths. Take a sip of water if you need to. Let your exhale be deep and complete. As you inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forwards. High Anjaneyasana. Press the feet down, squeeze the thighs, look forwards. Inhale, lift up. Any arm variation. We're here for 5 breaths total. On your next exhale, bend into the back knee, maybe hover it off the floor. And inhale, straighten it back. Doesn't have to go that low. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Stay up. Bring the thumbs to the sternum. Inhale, lift the sternum. And exhale, right elbow towards the left knee. Keep about a 90-degree bend in that front knee. Keep the back thigh lifting up. Maybe you cross to the outside of the knee. If you do, press the knee into the elbow, press the elbow into the knee, press the left hand into the right hand, prayer twist. Take a break whenever you need to. One more breath here. And as you exhale, lower the hands. This time we're going to step to the top of the mat. Take a few steps with that back foot to come to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Let the head and neck hang. Knees can be bent. Slow down your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips, elbows up. And inhale, come all the way up to stand. Okay, this time bring the feet hips width or a little bit wider. Plant down through all 4 corners of the feet. Clasp hands behind the back. If you can't reach, you can always hold opposite elbows or hold opposite wrists. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, the whole back body lengthens up. And as you exhale, start to tip forward, forward fold. The hands can stay where they are by the low back, or maybe they pull away from the low back. You get a little bit more in the upper back. The weight into the fronts of the feet. Press the heels down, lift the sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Let your exhale be deep and complete. Bring the hands back to the low back if they lifted. Hands to hips, elbows up. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Okay, we've been jumping. So bring the feet to the middle of the mat, face the long edge of the mat. And if you haven't done this before, we've been working on jumping a little bit more. So you don't need to jump very far. This is from the Iyengar system. What they do is to open the legs. They don't want to move one leg at a time, because that's how you build habits of like, I always step with my right foot and then my left foot. And so what they do is they ask you to jump. So what it looks like is you'll inhale, bend the knees and bring the middle fingers to touch. And as you exhale, you'll jump and release the arms to the side. To jump in, it's the same thing. Inhale, bend the knees, fingers touch. Exhale, bring the legs together as you jump. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend, touch fingers. Exhale, jump. Inhale, bend, touch fingers. Exhale, jump. 1 more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, jump. Stay here. Okay, you might need to widen the feet. Bring the outside edges of the feet so that they're parallel. Bring the hands behind the back. Clasp hands with the weird thumb on top this time. Lift the kneecaps. Inhale, lengthen through the back of the body. And exhale, fold forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Now you can bend the knees if you need to. See if you can let the head and neck go. And then maybe the hands come away from the low back. Doesn't matter how much. Doesn't matter if they leave the low back. Widen through the collarbones. If the hands are away from the low back, start to bring them back towards the hips. If the hands are at the low back, start to bring them down towards the floor. Bring the left hand down, either right underneath the nose on a block or right underneath the nose on the floor. Bring the right hand to the hip. As you inhale, open the chest towards the right. You can lean your weight so that the hips shift. You might reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. You might keep it on the hip. Now you shifted the hip so that you could open into the twist a little bit more. Can you lean the right shoulder back as you bring the right hip down and recenter the hips? Let the navel do the work. The navel pulls in, twisting from the navel here. Slow breath in. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Replace the left hand with the right hand. Left hand to the hip. And inhale, open the chest towards the left, taking a twist. You can lean your weight onto that left foot. You'll probably feel the stretch on the inner seam of the right leg a little bit. And you lean that left chest back and open the head back. And then keep that opening as you re-square the hips. The left hip comes down, the right hip will lift up. Draw the navel in to support the low back. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the left hand down. Okay, bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips, and inhale, rise all the way up to stand. We're gonna jump the legs back together. So when you're ready, bend the knees, fingers touch, inhale. And exhale, big jump, bring the legs together. All right, step to the top of the mat. And, oh, I had so many ideas, and we're not gonna get to all of them. That's okay. When you're ready, chair pose. Big toes touch, weight in the heels. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips low. Thumbs to sternum, maybe the arms forwards. Doesn't matter for now. We're gonna take this into a seat. So bend really deeply here. Maybe the torso is resting on the thighs. You can bring the hands down at any point to help. You can lift the heels to help as you curl into a little ball. And then slowly lower the hips towards the floor. It's okay if you open the knees to help you a little bit. Whee. Okay, Navasana Vinyasa. Bring the legs together, glue them together. Lengthen through the spine as you pull the spine through the chest. Inhale, take a little balance on the sitting bones. Tipping back, maybe float the feet off the floor. You could bring the feet to knee height. You could straighten the legs if you like. You could reach the arms if you like. We're going to do 3 of these. You don't have to go very far. I'm going to show you the maximum you could go, but you don't need to go this far. Inhale here, Navasana. Exhale, hover off the floor. Inhale, Navasana. You can use your hands. Exhale, Ardha, hover. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, hover. And then lower onto your back. Nice. Pull the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And when you're ready, roll up again to a seat. Plant the feet. And then you're going to take your left foot underneath this little bridge you made with your right leg and try to tuck the right heel towards the left heel towards the right hip. So now your left knee is pretty much pointing straight forward, or at least it's moving in that direction. You can keep your right foot where it is. You could bring it on the right side of the knee. You could bring it on the left side of the knee. Doesn't matter. Hold on to the knee with the left hand, with the opposite hand. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, twist towards that bent knee. Bring the right hand behind you to the floor. You might need to move the flesh of your belly out of the way to help you twist a little bit more, moving it towards the right. Open the collarbones. Notice if you're leaning back in the pelvis, can you tip the weight forwards towards the front of the sitting bones? And then again, stacking from the hips, the low ribs, the collarbones, and the top of the head. Draw the navel in. Use your exhale to twist a little deeper. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to unwind the shoulders. Let's switch sides. We're going to repeat this, but let's switch sides first. So plant both feet and then snake that right foot under the left leg. Bring the heel towards the outer hip. Hopefully the right knee is mostly forwards. Plant the left foot either outside or inside the knee. Hold on to the knee with the opposite hand, right hand. Inhale, lengthen as the left arm lifts. And exhale, twist. Again, make any adjustments you need. You can move the flesh of your belly out of the way. You can move the leg out of the way to help you. See if you can relax in the legs. Find that tip in the pelvis. Stack those planes. The hips, the low ribs, the shoulders, the crown of the head. Every exhale, as the navel moves back, maybe you twist a little more, twisting from that midsection, not from the shoulders. Next inhale, gaze forward. Next exhale, unwind the shoulders. Let's do it again and see what changes this time. So bending both knees, snake the left leg under, tuck the heel, Bring the right leg maybe a little closer, maybe it crosses to the outside. This time, hold on to the knee with the opposite hand. You'll reach the right arm up just the same. And as you exhale, you'll twist. Maybe instead of holding onto the knee with the hand, you can switch and cradle the knee into the left arm. Maybe you can even bring that left elbow, just like we did for prayer twist, outside the right knee and gently press the knee into the elbow, press the elbow into the knee. Make sure that left shoulder is not coming out of the socket. All the same actions. Can you tip the weight forward in the hips? Can you stack the planes? Can you twist on the exhales using the navel to help? Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, unwind. Last time, other side. The right heel is going to come under. The left foot will plant. Right hand holds. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, backstroke behind you. Maybe you play with a different arm variation now. I'll be quiet on this side. Can you think of all of those cues again, or maybe just one that made sense? Inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, unwind. Okay, we are ready for Shavasana. If there are any final poses you want to take beforehand, feel free. Maybe a happy baby. Maybe you come onto the back and do a few bridge poses again. Maybe you're ready for a long Shavasana. You could bring the legs up the wall if you have a wall nearby, or you can bring the legs up to a chair, bending the knees so that the shins are supported. Sorry, the calves are supported. There's no rush to or through Shavasana. When you get there, relax the face. Relax the hands, the arms. Relax the legs. Soften the belly. You might exhale out the mouth, releasing the jaw. Relax, release, and let go. Shavasana. You can stay here as long as you like. When you feel ready, begin to deepen the breath. Slowly start to move the fingers and toes bit by bit. Let the movement grow. You may have a little ritual you like at the end of Shavasana. Some of us like to roll onto the side. Some of us like to stretch the arms or pull the limbs in for some compression. And when you're ready, use the hands to help yourself up to a comfortable seat. Let your head be heavy until the last moment. And as you come to a comfortable seat, press the sitting bones down, reach the crown up, relax the jaw, the hands, the face. Open your attention wide. Listen for the sounds around you. You might even hear yourself breathing. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Thank your body for working for you. Gratitude for the practice. We'll close with 3 breaths together. Let your exhale be deep and complete, and we'll begin. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Inhale, slow. Exhale, sigh. Last time together. Exhale, let it go. Thank you for coming. Let me know if you have any questions.